Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Robert Duff. I'm also known as Duff the Psych. I'm a psychologist and mental health author from Southern California. And today I wanted to talk about a concept I've been talking about with a lot of therapy patients of mine. And I also did write an email about it to my email list. So if you're already on there, you've heard this before. This will be familiar to you. If not, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go sign up. I don't send emails out every week. That is my original aspiration, but it doesn't always work out that way. But every so often, I send out sort of a Monday email with inspirational content or food for thought, something to give you something to go into your week with. But yeah, this past week, I did an email about what I call your lead domino. So, I think that when you're working on your mental health, a lot of times it comes down to sort of finding good routines, systems, things that work for you in a sort of sustainable way. But it can also be a bit daunting when you feel like there's so many things to try to remember, so many things to try to find the motivation to do that you might sort of kind of write a to-do list that's so long that you just end up taking a nap instead. So one thing that I like to help people try to figure out is sort of what's the lead domino. If you think about dominoes, you sort of stack them in a row, and you don't need to go and individually knock over each domino one by one. If you did and you had like one of those 100 domino long trains, that would be really annoying and kind of exhausting if you had to go 1, 2, 3 and go all the way through. But no, we know how dominoes work, right? You find the first one, you tip that one, and it's a cascade. Everything follows from that. So in your life, it can be really helpful to try to identify sort of what are your lead dominoes. And so what I kind of mean by that in this context is what's the thing or things that if you do those, it makes everything else a bit easier and everything else kind of naturally flows from that. The examples are going to be different for each individual person, right? So like for me, one of my lead dominoes is if I'm able to journal in the morning, if I'm able to sort of write down my thoughts and what I need to remember and take care of, that's a huge part of what will facilitate the rest of the day. Because I have everything set up, I have my head on straight, I am able to sort of go into my next task without having to figure out what it is already. And, I can kind of naturally flow from there. And that makes it much easier to do things like exercise or meditate or do something special with the kids or remember to do something important for work. All those things become easier if I do that first thing. For other people, I've heard other examples like as long as you wake up with your alarm, then everything kind of is a cascade from there. If you snooze, then you're more groggy, you miss out on time to do things, and then you're sort of kind of playing catch up through the whole day. One person told me their lead domino was actually changing something related to their diet that gave them, less discomfort, more energy so that they can hit the ground running, each day and have less problems with, sort of those discomforts that they have. But it could be anything for you. And so I think it's really important for each of us to sort of think about what is our lead domino? What's the thing that will facilitate these other things? And that becomes where you need to put most of your attention. You have the aspiration to do a lot of these things, but we only have so much willpower. We only have so much, decision-making ability to draw from as people. And that gets exhausted, pretty quickly throughout the day for many of us. And so having one thing that's the main focal point that the other things flow from can be so helpful because you don't have to worry about each individual domino after that. You need to place your focus mainly on the lead domino, and that will set you up for success with the other ones. So pretty short video here, but I just want you to consider that, sort of what your lead dominoes are. And if you have any examples from your life that you've noticed or you're trying to figure out, please comment below and we can, help each other out. Ideas are great. I can only come up with so many examples off the top of my own head, so I rely on you guys for good examples. And yeah, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, feel free to give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. And I'll leave more information in the description about everything that I do. Thanks, guys.